another great guest, Chewy, great company, great reputation, and they make it fun. You know, if you've ever ordered on Chewy and the dogs come on and bark at you, it's really something. But I'm interested as to what your key takeaways were, Adrian. What did you find?
I think one of the main takeaways, okay, so you got a big company, 20,000 people. There's lots of stresses and pressures and all the stuff, but they have really put a lot of effort into this. 85% of people who go through these processes are more likely to stay a year later. They've got a mental health portal. They've got a mental health team. They've got one-on-one counseling. They've got support groups. They've got flex time. They're not just doing one thing and putting a rubber stamp on it. They're trying lots of things because lots of people like help in different ways.
Yeah, he made that point. He said, look, we've got a menu here because everybody's a little different as he is. I like that right out of the gate. 5 years ago, they said, what are the best in class practices? Mm-hmm. I love that they set the bar high, Yeah. And to your point, they immediately looked at impact. As we were talking about, if you don't have a big budget, he said, look, you can't afford to do nothing because the impact on retention alone is big. So start small. And I love that he talked about, we really want a culture of belonging. We're hearing a lot of that idea around
we are. Yeah.
Belonging.
That's so big right now is the culture, really is, do I feel like I belong? And so, but he's got some meat behind that is, well, one way we do it is with storytelling, which is great. He says, and they also have events, they do lots of different things, but managers are thinking about this every single day is how do I make sure my people feel like they belong in the team? And one of the ways you do is you make sure people have a voice. So we talked about this. He says, operating principle, debate openly, commit fully, that you have to be very thoughtful about this. Some people just won't speak up, but they have great ideas. So we have to develop courage in people.
Yeah, that idea of, and I think that comes through their training. I was so impressed that he said, look, we've got lots of training. We've got lots of channels. We encourage people to be vulnerable, storytelling, and so on. And when that's the basis, you make it safe for people to talk about those things. And that training, making that commitment to say, hey, we want leaders that are open to this kind of thing, that are going to be helpful. I thought it was great. I just to wrap up for me, I love this personal practices that running for him is a reflection time, and that he invests in relationships, people that build him up. And I thought those were really key. And then lastly, that he's got time once a week that he protects where he just disconnects. Yeah. Wow. I got to do that, Adrian. Yeah, I am never disconnected.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember the quaint days when we used to leave our cell phones in the car when we'd come home from work. Now they're glued to us. Yeah. So I love that idea, that sacred time to disconnect. And, and then for him to go for a run. I remember asking you, do you run? And you telling me only when chased. So
only when I'm in trouble.
It's a little different. Yeah. Hey, we want to thank Thomas for joining us today. Great company, great, senior HR executive. We want to thank our producer, Brent Klein, to Christy Lawrence, who helps us find such amazing guests, and all of you who listened in. If you like the podcast, please download it, share it. We'd also love you to visit thecultureworks.com for some free resources, including the first chapter of that best-selling book, Anxiety at Work, Jess.
Yeah, and we love speaking. In fact, I don't think love quite gets. We love speaking and talking to audiences literally around the world, whether it's in person or virtually, on topics of culture, teamwork, resilience, anxiety at work, and of course, gratitude. So give us a call. We'd love to talk to you and your people at an event that you're having soon. Well, Adrian, another podcast in the bag, another great information-packed podcast. But as always, I let you have the last word.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Until next time, we wish you the best of mental health.